Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to my video. I am at the trailhead of the North-South Trail, Cranberry Wilderness and Monongahela National Forest in West Virginia, with a bunch of Jeeps, overlanders driving behind me, pardon the noise. And I'm heading this way. It's about 1:15 in the afternoon. Boy, lots of Jeeps. It's about 81 degrees out. There's a truck. I drove 275 miles, took me 5 hours. Not far from Marlington. First time through that town was really cute. I'm gonna go back there, maybe even have lunch Wednesday when I go home. But there's a little small parking lot there. The last time I was here in 2018, I camped over there. But yeah, it's going good. And pack's a little heavy. I was unable to go up Fire Road 102 because there is a gate not far past the Cranberry Nature Visitor Center. And I was gonna cache some beer and part of my whiskey stash, but oh well. I got enough, and I'll just make do, and the pack will lighten up each and every day. All right, it's time to start hiking. Gonna pick up the North-South Trail to the North Fork Trail, both short sections, and then get on Beachy Run and try to shoot for the waterfalls where Beachy Run meets the Middle Fork. All right, time to go. All right. First little hiking video of this trip. Plan is to make lots of them, put them together into a movie, download it onto YouTube. I gotta remember to set my microphone off when I'm not using it, which I forgot to do from that parking lot video I made a few minutes back. You can see I'm in a nice rhododendron red spruce tunnel. Old logging road, or old logging railway bed, but they're everywhere in Virginia. Cranberry Wilderness is the, if not biggest wilderness area in the East Coast. It's about 48,900 acres, almost 50,000 acres. Back in 2009, President Obama added 12,000 acres. It was previously 36,000. So that's cool. Weather's supposed to be decent today and tomorrow. Monday, I'm gonna be dealing with on and off thunderstorms, but anyway. I want to hike till at least 6:30 today, and I'm hoping I can make it to the Middle Fork of the Williams River. All right, I reached the intersection of the North Fork Trail and the Middle Fork Trail. This is the Middle Fork. I will be coming back on this trail to this point tomorrow. My original itinerary was to do this trail first and come back over Beachy Run, but there's a big 1,900 foot of climbing from the waterfall, so I reversed that loop. The other loop is the same, which I'll discuss coming up. But I'm about, I don't know, a mile and a quarter from my truck. I got a little bog, not bog, mud hole. But yeah, I'm heading that way towards the Beachy Run Trail. Everything's good. Good afternoon. It is Saturday, August 12th, and I am not at work. Yay, I'm on a little 5-day vacation. And it's 2:30, and I just reached the intersection of North-South Trail and Big Beachy Trail, and I'm heading along Big Beachy. For the most part, it's going to be a ridge walk and some minor up and downs. And then the tail end of it is 1,800, 1,900 foot descent down to Beachy Run, where there's waterfalls and campsites. That's what I'm shooting for. I want to make miles today and tomorrow because Monday is going to be a challenge with the weather, thunderstorms, what have you. But yeah, everything's going good. This way will take you to the scenic highway, probably, I don't know, quarter mile, third of a mile. But I'm heading to the big beachy trail. All right, time for a quick break. Beachy Run Trail. I'm at an elevation of about 4,400 feet. Boreal forest, rhododendron, red spruce. It's warm out, humid. Hiking across the ridgetop. Gonna get to this top, we'll call it summit, I guess, Sugar Creek Mountain. But if you've never been to Cranberry Wilderness, this is only my second trip. It's about, the experience is about the forests, the creeks. It's not about open plateaus and rocky ridges like in Dolly Sods. But it's definitely a remote wilderness. 5 years ago, there was an airplane crash in this wilderness. They never found it. Back in 2011, a hiker went missing. He's never found. It's remote. It's beautiful. All right, good afternoon. It's Saturday, August 12th, and I'm starting to descend down the Beachy Run Trail towards Middle Fork Trail, the Middle Fork of the Williams River. There's a waterfalls down there I camped at 5 years ago. Saturday, I'm guessing that site's probably already taken. But I got 2,000 feet of descent and 2 miles. I should be done around 6:30. It leaves, sunset's not until 8:30, so I'm in good shape. But this last half mile, a little bit tricky, very overgrown, lots of nasty blowdowns. But it's good, the sun's out. It's a little humid. I'm a little knackered, but time to keep plugging away. All right, it's Michael. It's Saturday, August 12th. It's about 9:30 p.m. and I'm at my camp where Beachy Run Falls is, meets Middle Fork Trail. I did 10.25 miles today, more than I expected to do. I got up at 5 on the road by 6:15. Drove 275 miles and hiked 10.25 miles, and I didn't eat anything. The only thing I had was a cup of coffee and water and some Gatorade the entire day. I'm tired, I'm beat, had a couple of beers, getting ready to go to bed after this video, but Beachy Run, the first 3/4 of it, a little bit uphill, then a lot of ridge walking. The downhill was a bitch. It's like 2,200 feet of descent, slick, rocky, overgrown, and lots of blowdowns. I slipped once and fell on my backpack. I'm fine, gear's fine, but my God, long day. The trail just never stopped, and I'm pretty knackered, getting ready to go to bed. I got a big day tomorrow. I'm hoping to do 12 to 15 miles tomorrow, because Monday's going to be rainy on and off with thunderstorms and what have you. And I'm going to make it to Fire Road 102 North Fork Shelter and sit out some rain in a shelter. But yeah, my God, I'm hungry, but I'm too tired to eat. But anyway, pardon this dark video, but I have campers around me. This is a pretty popular campsite, and it is a Saturday. But yeah, I'm where Beachy Run meets Middle Fork, and there's a beautiful waterfalls, and I'll film that tomorrow. But I am going to finish my beer and go to bed. Ciao. It's Saturday. It's about 10:04 p.m. and I've been hiking all day. Drove from Whitestone to Cranberry Wilderness, hiked 10.25 miles, and they weren't easy, especially the last 4. Last 4 were a bitch. It's called Beachy Run, should be called Bitchy Run. Okay, anyway, I'm going to bed soon, but something personal I want to tell you. I've had hearing issues since 2017, 2018. Low frequency hearing loss, tinnitus in December 2018, constant ringing in my ears. And that is the reason why I'm filming right now at this late hour, is my tinnitus has stopped. It's only happened like 2 times per year since 2018 of December. So that's going on 5 years. So right now I can hear Beachy Run And that's all I really hear. It's quiet. It's about 64 degrees. I'm in the wilderness of West Virginia. And that ringing in my ears has stopped. And that is a true blessing. It will come back. But thank you. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing. And I hope you will subscribe if you have not. And like and comment on my YouTube videos. They're pretty good. Mostly West Virginia, North Carolina, Virginia, backpacking videos. But pretty good. I enjoy rewatching them once in a while. Alright, ciao. Alright, good morning. I need to speak softly because there are campers still sleeping. It's Sunday, August 12th, 8:15, and I slept well. I'm going to have some grits with vegetables for breakfast. It rained lightly during the night, and it's overcast right now, but today's forecast looks good. Minimal chance of rains. Tomorrow it's going to be tricky. So I'm going to be heading up the Middle Fork Trail, which is over there. You may be able to hear the waterfalls. But yeah, I had a little scare. I couldn't find my coffee packs. And I looked for like 15 minutes. And then I found them. They were right under my nose. An idiot. But anyway, I'm going to have breakfast and I'll have one more cup of coffee before I hit the trail. And make it a day. All right, I'll talk to you later. Beachy run. We camped over there. Some people camping there. Fishing in the pool. Falls you can't see from this angle. All right, good morning. It's 10 a.m. Sunday, and I'm just starting on the Middle Fork Trail. I got about 9 miles and 2,000 feet of elevation, but it's spread out, so it's not crazy steep. It's just a gentle ascent. A little late start for me, but I needed to get some stuff in order and make sure I was fueled up. Because yesterday I did something very unusual. I drove 275 miles to Cranberry Wilderness. I stopped in West Point, Virginia, which is about 50 miles from where I live. Got a Dunkin's coffee. Drank that on the way up. Finally got to the trail, started hiking. I didn't eat any food at all yesterday. I did have some electrolytes in a water solution. Drank a lot of water. And I had one bag of snacks in the tent. I don't know, hard for me to find an appetite when I go backpacking. But I had some grits this morning and a hot power shake. Has coffee and carnation essentials in it. I had a hot coffee as well, and doing all right. I got to make a big day today. Get onto North-South Trail. Little feeder creek. Goes right into the Middle Fork of the Williams River. All right, change of plans. Really had to think about this one long and hard. Tomorrow, the weather is not gonna be very good. Thunderstorms all day. And I'm at the junction of the Laurel Ellie Branch Trail and the Middle Fork Trail right there. And there are shelters on the other side of this mountain. And I could take a 0 day or something, or hike down the road a ways to the next shelter tomorrow in the rain or something. And I was gonna go up the Middle Fork Trail that way and hike as far as I could on the north-south. But what that means is that tomorrow morning I'm gonna be breaking camp in heavy rain. And I'd rather be waking up in a shelter. So I got a 1,000-foot climb and then get on the north-south trail and then drop down either birch log or tumble and run. I haven't done this trail before. I gotta ford the creek in just a few minutes. So, you know, you gotta be flexible. You gotta know yourself. And I know I don't like breaking camp in a heavy rainstorm. So, there's the Middle Fork of the Williams River. And I'm gonna be fording that. Not taking my shoes off. So, yeah, it looks like I can spend the night in the shelter. Hopefully, it's not occupied. Because that would mean I'd have to set my camp next to the shelter, which means breaking up in the rain. So, anyway, I'm gonna put the phone away. All right, it's Michael, Sunday, August 13th. And I just finished climbing up the Laurel Trail from the Middle Fork Trail. Had to ford the Middle Fork of the Williams River. It wasn't too bad. And that's an old sign, it's barely legible. But I'm at the intersection with the North-South Trail. And I just stopped and took a break, had some water, and rested. And I'm gonna head that way to Tumble and Rock Trail, which is about 1.75 miles, and then 2 miles down to Tumbling Rock Shelter, and I'm hoping it's available. Really am. I got a couple other shelters further down the fire road, but it's Sunday, so you never know. And that's the Laurel Trail. Follows an old railroad logging grade the entire way, and it's got significant blowdown, some of them massive. It's quite a muddy trail, especially the upper half, but the upper half also has several sources of really clean drinking water. I mean, coming right out of the ground clean, and that's always nice. And there's a little campsite right there. And there's a campsite probably a 1/2 mile down on the right. But it's time for me to pack up. Like I said, I've changed my plans up a little bit. I wasn't planning to do the Laurel Trail, but I am. So I'm gonna head south on the North-South Trail. All right, looking forward to Tumble and Rock Run Trail. Heading south for a couple miles on the North-South Trail. The beautiful boreal red spruce forest. I've done most of the North-South Trail back in 2018. It's a great trail. It's really beautiful, as you can see. Haven't seen much wildlife. Saw a small snake this morning, non-venomous. I don't know what kind it was. It was small, friendly, cute. And saw a grouse yesterday. Seen some small birds. I don't know what species. That's about it. Decent weather, but it's supposed to crap out this evening. All right, time to put the phone away. All right, good afternoon, it's Michael. Sunday, August 13th. It's about 4:40 p.m. I'm heading down Tumbling Rock Run Trail to Forest Service Road 102. And there's a shelter there. There's several shelters on that Forest Service Road. And I'm really hoping I can find one that's not occupied. Because when I wake up tomorrow morning, bad weather's supposed to start. It's going to last all day too. So I just may hunker down at the shelter for a whole day. Or hike a little bit further to another shelter or something. But not much hiking tomorrow is the plan. Anyway, when I get to the shelter, I've done about 11 and a half miles today. I did 10 and a quarter yesterday. That's good for me. But, yeah. I can't wait to get my mountain bike back from the mechanic, because I want to ride 3 or 4 times a week. Stay in better shape when I'm not hiking. Anyway, time to make a couple miles. Tumbling Run Trail. Get about 1.7 miles to the shelter. Going on 5 o'clock. Little campsite and some cast iron debris from the old logging railroad days. Well, it's 6:30 and I just got off the mountain via Tumbling Rock Trail. There are a lot of blowdowns in Cranberry Wilderness, the worst I've ever seen in West Virginia. But now I'm trying to find the Tumbling Rock shelter. I thought it'd be really close by, but it might be down the road a bit. The bridge. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. So this is the direction I need to head anyway. But this shelter is stationed all up and down this Forest Service Road 102, which is not open to vehicles. I'm guessing foot traffic, maybe mountain bikes. Must be some killer bike packing around here. Anyway, I'm getting tired. Whew, over 12 miles today. Hey, it's Michael. It's late in the evening, Sunday, August 13th. I'm at the North Fork shelter. I'm going to try to give you a quick recap of today's events because they were challenging and they were tiring, but they went well. And I'm sitting in this shelter, sipping on some Jack Daniels, and I'm going to bed soon, but anyway, I woke up at 7:30. I was on the trail by 10. I followed Middle Fork Trail to the Lauralee Trail. And there I spent 20 minutes deciding what am I going to do. Am I going to stick to my original plan to go up to Middle Fork and then down north-south? Or am I going to change up the plans? And I ended up doing the latter. I went up Lauralee Trail to North-South Trail. It was about 1,200 feet of climbing and 3.5 miles. It was wet. A lot of... Hey, it's Michael. Quick recap. I'm at the North Fork shelter. It's Sunday, August 13th. Yesterday I drove from Whitestone up to the Scenic Highway, picked up Beachy Run, and hiked to the falls at Beachy Run Middle Fork Trail. It was about 10.25 miles, and it was tough. The descent was actually tougher than the climb. The weather was good. It did rain overnight for about an hour, but it was light rain. Today, I got up at 7:30. I was on the trail by 10. And followed Middle Fork south. And when I got to the Lauralee Trail, I decided, do I want to make a detour in my trip plans, or do I want to stick with my plans? I ended up making a detour. I went up Lauralee, wet, lots of blowdowns, awesome sources of water. Some of the best water I've seen in West Virginia. I mean, big old creeks coming out of the ground. That's the best. Anyway, I eventually reached North-South Trail. Took a break there. Hiked south on the North-South Trail to Tumbling Rock Run Trail. And followed that, expecting to find a shelter at Tumbling Rock Run. There was no shelter. I could not find it. So I hiked 1.5 miles south on Fire Road 102 to the North Fork shelter, praying that it would be empty. My prayers were answered. And this is where I'm at. And I'm chilling big time. I did 14.5 miles today. I did 10.25 yesterday. So for me, that's big mileage. Especially today. But anyway, it's supposed to rain all day with thunderstorms. So I have a good place to hunker down, and Tuesday I'm going to resume my trip. Either to my car, or I'm going to camp one more night in the woods and go to my car on Wednesday morning and drive home. All right, thanks for watching the video. Please like my YouTube channel or subscribe or comment. Thanks. Good morning. I spent the night in that shelter over there on the right. This is Fire Road 102, not open to vehicles, bikes, cross-country skiers, I guess. But I'm gonna give you a little tour. There's the privy. I just looked inside it, clean. Even got hand sanitizer. And there's a bridge up ahead. that goes over the North Fork of the Cranberry River. And I will be using that as my water source. Probably a little bit cleaner than Cranberry River, but just a little. Yeah, slept pretty well. I was sore, stiff this morning, waking up, getting out of bed. But woke up at, I don't know, first light, 6:30. I'm taking a 0 day here. The weather forecast that I've been studying before my trip said today, thunderstorms starting at 7 in the morning and going all the way into Tuesday morning. So I hope I'm making the right decision. Yeah. That lean-to is only 2 years old. It was dedicated in 2021. This is a great area. Oh man, I'm gonna do some bike packing out here. All right, little view of North Fork. Yeah, I don't know, the weather looks pretty decent this morning. Just another 50 yards around that bend, Cranberry River. There's a trail sign up there. Check that out. But yeah, I'm gonna stop this video and I'm gonna make another one giving you a scoop on the inside because it's really nice. All right, I'll give you a little tour of this North Fork shelter. As I mentioned just previously, it's only 2 years old and dedicated August 28th in memory of Walter Freewen Gaynor, February 8th, 1945, June 29th, 2020. And it's going to be a challenge trying to film outside and then go inside, so bear with me on the video. But look at these hooks. Those are old railroad spikes. Circle bolts. Great fire pit. Not a whole lot of wood to get. I got my Sawyer squeeze, and gravity feed. Picnic table inside, picnic table outside. And one of the coolest things, shelf, salt and pepper, onions, some cashews, bag of rice, some Progresso potato soup. Yeah. Over here, peanut butter, which I'll be hitting, pancake mix, cooking oil, maple syrup, salt and pepper, granulated garlic, more pancake mix, ketchup and mustard. Man, it's pretty sweet. All right, inside. Obviously my tent. In that cardboard box are wood shavings, fire starter. Someone left 2 canisters of propane and a skillet, spatula. This shelter was made possible in part by the family and friends of Dylan Scott Brown. All right. Inside the tent, my garbage bag, pack it out, leave no trace. More fire starter. Inside there's a camp log, which I will sign later. Not sure why someone would bring Prestone de-icer. Except maybe the Forest Service might have done it. Some utensils scattered all over the place. Drying my bandana. looking up the shelter. All right. Now to keep myself busy and food up, rest my body. Tomorrow, I'm gonna hit the North Fork Trail. I have two options. I can go all 9-10 miles to my car. I'm really tired. Or I can go 6 or 7 miles, camp, and have a short hike Wednesday so I can get home in a reasonable time. All right. Peace out. All right, it's Michael, Monday, August 14th, and I'm looking at the bridge that goes over the North Fork of the Cranberry River, looking up at the sky. I know sometimes it's hard to get a good exposure of the sky. I'm trying. Videography, but anyway. The last Weather Underground weather report that I saw early Saturday morning called for rain and thunderstorms from 7 a.m. today till 10 a.m. tomorrow. And I really didn't want to camp in the woods and break camp in pouring rain. It's just really difficult to break camp. It's a challenge. I've done it many times. But your gear gets wet. Oh, man. And I only have so much energy. So I hoofed it 14.87 miles. Yeah, I looked. I almost did 15 miles today. I rarely do that. But judging by the way it's clouding up, it's 72 degrees. I'm thinking by this afternoon, we might get those thunderstorms. We'll see. You know what? If it doesn't rain, oh well. But a little while ago, I got some fantastic video of butterflies, monarch butterflies, visiting milkweed, and I believe it's bee balm growing together. But I'm gonna just try to stay busy, do a lot of photography, I know that. I'm gonna sit down and go through my videos and pictures and edit them in either the native photo app for the videos or Snapseed, which is my favorite phone app of all time. All right, time to chill. North Fork branch joins 50 yards up the creek. Looking upstream. Looking downstream. Alrighty, good afternoon everybody. It is 1:25 p.m. Monday, August 14th. I'm hunkered down at the North Fork Shelter on Fire Road 102 in the Cranberry Wilderness area, Monongahela National Forest in West Virginia. And it has started to rain. And I am grateful for the decision I made yesterday when I stopped for 20 minutes at the intersection of Middle Fork and Laurel Lee Trail and debated whether to stick to my original plan or alter it. And I altered it and I got to the shelter a day early. I was supposed to get here today. And I would have been tired and wet. Oh, Christ. And I wouldn't have the luxury of a 0 day. So it's worked out. And when I'm planning my trips, I use 2 weather apps. The one I use the most is Weather Underground, and the one I've been using lately is the National Weather Service, weather.gov. And honestly, Weather Underground is all over the place. You know, you look at something that's 10 days out, it's just sunny and what have you, and then come up to one day before that day and it's nothing like it was. And even as it gets closer, Weather Underground is just, they're kind of up and down, hit or miss. But I'll tell you, weather.gov, they predicted the rain would start at 1 o'clock, and it did. It started exactly 1 o'clock. And I just finished a tasty can of Progresso potato bacon soup. Before that, I had some peanut butter and raw honey, which was really good. I had maple brown sugar oatmeal before that, and an electrolyte drink when I woke up. I had a hot cup of coffee, and I also had this power shake that I mentioned in the previous video. But I drink it hot. It's a combination of carnation essentials, powdered milk, and coffee. And it's really good. It's a little bit different, but it's got a lot of essential nutrients and vitamins and protein. But the oatmeal's really good. So I've been loading up on calories. I'm probably hitting 2,000. But I am going to take a nap because I just want to chill and rest my body, self-care. And yeah, all right, time to take a nap. Alrighty, I'm back. It is a little after 6 o'clock Monday, and the weather has improved tremendously, and I'm hoping it stays that way in the morning. Although weather.gov says thunderstorms in the middle of the night between 11 and 1. That's fine. We had one good rainstorm lasted about 30 minutes, and that was it. Saw a group of backpackers, probably 9 to 10. They crossed right over the bridge, and now I'm coming to a liming station, and its purpose is to improve trout habitat by adding lime to the North Fork of the Cranberry Creek in order to de-acidify the water. Acidification was a big problem in the 70s and 80s, and it's still a significant issue. And wow, this building is bigger than I thought. There was a truck parked here earlier, drove by in the morning. I waved to him. I'm sure he has a key to the gate because it's the only way we can get by. That fire road is gated. Oh my, I don't think my exposure is very good, or I can't see the screen well because of the sun. Cranberry River Neutralization Station, West Virginia Division of Natural Resources, Wildlife Resources Section. Peter Zurich, I think he's the chief investigator, architect of this program. But apparently they added lime to the creek. And it's kind of an interesting national forest thing. But the sun is crazy. All right. Hello everyone, it's Monday, about 6:30, August 14th, spending my second night at the North Fork shelter. The great thing is I got here a day earlier than planned. Much needed 24 hours of rest and just eating, exploring, taking pictures, making videos, the normal backpacking things that I like to do. I've eaten well today, I already described that, but really important. Got in a 90-minute nap, that was great, and shortly after I woke up, a group of backpackers, about 10 of them, walked by. Glad they weren't thinking about staying here. I'm enjoying the solitude and staying busy and being creative. And food's been good. I've delved into some of the food that was stored here at the shelter, like peanut butter and oatmeal and cashews. Yummy little treats, full of protein. Been sipping on some whiskey last 15-20 minutes. Very enjoyable. And tomorrow I'm going to hit the North Fork Trail, which is almost 8 miles. It's probably 8.5 to my car, my truck. But I'm pretty sure I am going to try to camp about 3 or 4 miles from where my truck's parked. So Wednesday morning I have a very short hike and I can get home at a reasonable time to Whitestone, Virginia, on the beautiful Chesapeake Bay. It's a nice place to live, very chill, good people. Yeah, so trip's going well. I don't know if I'm going to do 38 miles. It might be closer to 35, 36, but who's counting, right? But I love West Virginia. Love Monongahela National Forest, North Fork Mountain, Otter Creek, Cranberry Wilderness, Dolly Sods, Seneca Creek Backcountry. I've been to them all. This is my second trip to the Cranberry Wilderness, and the first one in 2018 was just a 28-mile loop down Middle Fork, up Little Fork, pick up north-south, camp on north-south, and the last day, finished north-south back to my vehicle. And I got to my car literally 2 minutes before the skies opened. Had a cold beer. But anyway, I think this video is done. Again, halfway through my trip, or maybe 2/3 actually. I'm about halfway because I'm going to camp in the woods tomorrow night, and then a short short Wednesday. Gah. Anyway, peace out, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, and comment and like. It's a small YouTube channel focused on backpacking in West Virginia, North Carolina, and all my videos are shot on an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I use the iMovie app on the same phone to make my YouTube videos. And maybe one of these days I'll get a Mac laptop. All right, thank you. It's been a beautiful day of rest, eating, and creativity. All right, good Tuesday morning. It's Michael. It's August 15th. It's 9:17 a.m. And I know in previous videos I mentioned that I was going to hike 6 or 7 miles, get a couple miles from my truck. But I may just go all the way to my truck, get there by 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which gives me enough daylight to get home to Whitestone. So we'll see. Options are open. It's been a great 36 hours at the North Fork shelter. I'm all packed up, and 30% chance of rain today, but I'm ready for it. And it rained off and on during the night. Nothing crazy. Anywhere from 3 minutes to 15 minutes at a time, and then it would go away for an hour or two, and then it'd come back. But I'm gonna pick up the North Fork Trail and head back towards Highway 150, also known as the Scenic Highway. All right, time to start hiking. All right, just started hiking the North Fork Trail about 15 minutes ago. This is an old road. Follows the North Fork branch of the Cranberry River for most of the way. 7.5 miles to the Scenic Highway. So this old road is quite overgrown. It's quite old. So I just wanted to capture a little bit of that. And I'm going to be judicious in my videos and photography. But it's overcast, it's cool. Probably like 66 degrees right now. Anyway, gotta make these miles. One step at a time, 1 mile at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time. Discipline and focus. That's my mantra for hiking. Little flat section of the North Fork Trail. Early in the morning. It's quiet. It's a bit foggy, definitely overcast. All the trails have been wet in Cranberry. As I mentioned before, blowdowns everywhere I've been. Pretty significant. I mean, this stretches where it's easy, but blowdowns that you encounter, they tend to be gnarly. Nice red spruce and ferns. Speaking of blowdowns, here's one coming up. lot of humidity in the air, so if my video looks a little bit foggy or not sharp, that's why. But I got an hour done, and I've made a promise to myself to not look at my guide GPS and see how many miles I've done, how many miles I gotta go, what elevation I haven't even done that. Because sometimes I get obsessed with that shit. All right, I just crossed the North Fork of the Cranberry River. I'm well 3 miles into this hike already, making very decent time. And how cool is this? An old bridge foundation. Cut stone and mortar, so I'm wondering how old it is. It's gotta be at least 100 years old. Here's the other side of it right there. Trail goes up there. Cool little spot. But the engineering that goes into creating these roads in some of the most rugged mountainous terrain in the East Coast, it's just staggering. Absolutely staggering. But I need to keep hiking. All right, ciao. All right. After crossing the North Fork where that old bridge used to be, the trail is reverted to single track as opposed to the old logging railroad grade. I'm guessing I'll pick up the railroad grade again, but single track here on the North Fork. Red spruce, moss, rhodo, laurels, you name it, lichen, reindeer lichen. That's a particularly pretty one. Yeah, look at that baby. Weather's holding out. My body's rested and nourished. My mind is in good spirits. Sunday was a really long day. 15 miles up and down, up and down. It was hot and humid. And then when I got to the end of Tumbling Rock Trail, there was supposed to be a shelter there, and it wasn't. So I had to walk a couple more miles to the North Fork shelter, which was totally worth it. All right, time to put the camera down. Ciao. All right, I have hiked 2 hours without stopping. So I've been averaging about 2 miles per hour. So I'm making decent time. And I'm gonna stop at this beautiful little, I don't know what you call it. It's not really a waterfall, it's kind of like a cascade. Got a beautiful swimming hole. How tempting is that? But yeah, there's some serious mud. Serious mud on this trail. Hope you can see that. But I'm gonna take a 10-15 minute break. Get back. Should be able to get to my vehicle before 2 o'clock. One minute of zen on the North Fork Trail. I'm about 2 hours from my truck. cooler today. Probably about 69 degrees right now. Feels really good. Been a good hike, it's been challenging. I still can't believe I did 15 miles Sunday.
Blue crawfish. I'll give them the dance for you guys. Do a little dance. Do a little crawfish dance. How fucking cool is that? All right. I just saw another blue crawfish. I almost stepped on him. I glanced him very gently. He got kind of pissed. And I was able to get some good pictures and some very short videos. But 2 in the span of 10 minutes, and you've never seen any of this your entire life, that's pretty effing cool. I am so stoked. They're such an interesting creature. Blue crawfish. I want to learn more about them. I'm really close to my car. It's gonna be like 33 miles on this trip. 3 days plus a 0 day. And I've mentioned this a couple of times in my previous backpacking videos. I do have a hiking mantra. 1 step at a time. 1 mile at a time. 1 hour at a time. 1 day at a time. Discipline and focus. I repeat that, and I need to remind myself, how do I get from point A to point B with a pack on? But sure is nice. And I mentioned very briefly, I saw 2 blue crawfish on the trail about 10 minutes apart. The first one was dark blue, and the exoskeleton was fairly smooth, and it was quite nimble. It was moving along pretty good, but I was able to get some pictures of it. Then, just a few minutes later, I just about stepped on one. I thought I did, but I bumped it, and it got into that defensive position that lobsters and crab and apparently crawfish get into. And this one was a lighter blue and had like texture, almost like white little spikes on it. Maybe one was a male, one was a female, I don't know. But I'm really close to my truck. And I can taste that Voodoo Ranger juice force. My friend Eddie Johnson, hillbilly hiker, he makes some great videos. He's a big fan of Juice Force. It's quite good. All right, I will film when I get to my truck. All right, it is Tuesday, August 14th, excuse me. I'm 2, a little after 2 in the afternoon. And I'm at the intersection. This is the north-south trail. north, south. Highway 150 is very close, like 5 minutes away. This is the North Fork continued. I took that trail to pick up Beachy Run on Saturday. I just came from that way. North Fork goes all the way down to Fire Road 102 for 7 miles. And it goes another couple miles that way. I've done this trail. It's a nice one. North-South trail is nice. There are sections of it that can be hard to follow though. But this old sign has seen better days. I apologize if the video is a little crazy, the sun and the shade. All right, it's a little after 2, Monday, August 14th, and I'm like 5 minutes from my truck. Probably gonna hit about 33 miles today. Everything is so green. Green has been my favorite color forever. Green was my favorite color before I was born. Seriously, look it up. Wikipedia. But been a good trip. Didn't do the 38 miles I had originally created, but yeah, today's really nice too. But I will make one more video at the parking lot, and then my time here will be done. And I want to say one thing about the Cranberry Wilderness. It's about the experience in Cranberry is about forests like this. It's about amazing watersheds and creeks and feeder creeks and cool campsites and some rugged, remote country. There is no cell service. Zero. I was here 5 years ago. No cell service. I didn't have a single bar of anything on this trip. It's that remote. And like I mentioned a day or two ago, 5 years ago, a plane crashed in here. Never found it. 2011, some hiker from New Jersey, I believe, out backpacking, left detailed route and everything. Never found him. It's remote. It's rugged. Trails are muddy. A lot of blowdowns. It's beautiful. And backpacking is really good. All right, time to get to my truck. What a trip. Back in my truck, enjoying a Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA, hazy Imperial IPA. Gonna put on some clean clothes, dig out my debit card and driver's license buried in a pack, and slowly make my way home to Whitestone. The good news is I got plenty of daylight, but I don't enjoy driving in the dark, because of deer. Just don't. What a trip. Yeah. That's the Scenic Highway 150. It's a famous byway in West Virginia. Tea Creek Campground is that way. And the weather's been good. And just a quick recap. Day one, leave Whitestone, Virginia at 6 o'clock in the morning, drive 275 miles, get to the north-south trailhead, which is where I'm at now. I followed the North Fork Trail to Big Beachy Trail, followed that, crossed the mountain and down to the Middle Fork Trail where it meets the waterfalls. That was 10.26 miles. Sunday, I left the Middle Fork waterfalls and followed Middle Fork south to Laurel Trail and made the decision to change my route. So went up Laurel Trail. That was hard. Picked up North-South Trail, followed that south to Tumbling Rock Run Trail, and then got down to Fire Road 102. Thought there was gonna be a shelter right there called Tumbling Rock Shelter, but I couldn't find it. So maybe it was dismantled. But hiked down the Fire Road to the North Fork Shelter, where I got there at 7 in the evening, set up camp, chilled, and then yesterday I spent the whole day there. It was glorious. It was literally an Airbnb in the wilderness. So freaking nice. And today I hiked up the North Fork Trail for 8 miles. Started around 9:20, finished at 2:10 this afternoon. And it's a really nice trail, really pretty. Follows an old logging road and muddy, but the highlight of today was seeing 2 blue crawfish. All right, I hope you enjoy my video when I get around to making it. But everything's cool. I'm chilling.